everything is changing. The theatres have changed, roads have changed, the buses have changed, transport has changed, and the way we communicate has changed. Everything in India and the world is changing. We are witnesses of the greatest change for the last 1 decade. How much we have really changed? I say, if you are not changed with the change, you will be exchanged by the people who are changed. Let us say that an accountant who is still doing the manual work, do you think the company will be content with him because he is 20 years experience? They will exchange him with a person who knows the computer accounts. Today we don't have much time because everything is already changed. Today we have to change before the change if we want to lead the market. If we are not changed, we will be changed by the changed. Because our next gen is much more intelligent than us. Imagine when you are 3 years young, are you as intelligent as the today's 3 years young children? Forget about when you are 3 years young. Even today most of us are not as intelligent as them. Because it's not that some of the children today, every child is born intelligent. And we don't have the facilities they have. We don't have the opportunities they have. We don't have the exposure they have. Imagine these people who are in schools and colleges would join our field in next 5 to 10 years, goes to the same customer. Who do you think can impress the customer better? You or them? We know the answer. That's why we don't have much time in our life. It is now or never. If you are not updated, we will be outdated. If you want to be successful, there are a few basic things we need to take care of. The first thing is knowledge management. We all think the knowledge means reading newspaper every day and listening to all kind of news. Since once upon a time it is said that jack of many trades and master of none. Today it is jack of many but master of one. So in every field is a language. Law is a language lawyer will understand. Medicine is a language doctors and pharmaceutical people will understand. Music is a language musicians will understand. Commerce is a language accountants will understand. And life is a language we all must understand. P.V. Narasimha knows many languages, but he is master of one language called politics. Because every field has got its own language. Most of the times, we read something else, we know something else which is not relevant to us. We do not have a time to know everything on this planet. We do not have even enough time to know about one subject in life. Even to study one small part of a body, one life is not enough. Then you cannot study even full human body. Where is the time to study everything on this planet? We need to search for our core area in life. Because whether we know it or not, there is an area which we already know the information, and that is why it is said that mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be ignited. A person was asked, "Sir, what is the secret of his success?" And he said, "In my mind there are two dogs always. One is positive dog and one is negative dog. They always fight. And whichever wins, I will listen to that and take action." And that gentleman asked, "Sir, which dog wins often?" And he said, "The one I feed most." And you know that every day what side we feed? Today while watching, definitely you are feeding the better side of your mind. Whatever we see and hear is the input. Whatever we talk and think is the output. Whatever we eat is the input and our health is output. And we cannot change the output unless we change the input. Knowledge has to be towards our destination. But otherwise it becomes simply intellectual indigestion. That is why knowledge without skill is useless. Skill without knowledge is baseless. But knowledge skill with an attitude is priceless. In order to develop knowledge, first we need to discover our destination. Once we discover a destination, we gather knowledge towards that. Then such knowledge becomes specialized knowledge, and people look forward to us as a resourceful personality in particular field. It is said that if you can spend an hour, you will be master in that field within 3 years. If you can continue doing that for 5 years, you will be one of the best in that country. If you can do that for 8 to 10 years, you will be one of the best in the world. Just 1 hour. It looks easy, but why many people don't do that? It's not their passion. Specialized knowledge is required today. So today we require a lot of skills. I have a lot of knowledge, but I don't know how to talk, how to give presentation. Of no use. You know too much about swimming, but you don't know the actual practical swimming. Of no use. So we need skill also, and also attitude. Attitude is not what happens to you, but what you do with what happens. When the tsunami struck, many people have died, but not a 13 years young girl, Meghna Rajsekar from Andhra Pradesh, India. Her father is in Karnicobar Islands, working for Air Force, and about 80 families were there in that quarters. And the girl was watching the ocean from her top of the building, and she could notice that mountain-like waves are coming towards the shore. And with panic, she ran towards the father and told him, who is a swimmer. But the father never heard of tsunami, took it light. Within no time, the water has come and pulled her into the ocean about 4.5 kilometers inside. And she was under the water. And she came out and swam nearly for 3 days. And in the journey, she got a broken wooden door. And with the help of that, she could reach one small island which is infested with snakes and reptiles. She thought she would die. But next day some Nicobaris came and she knew the language of Nicobaris. And those people could bring her to the air base. And she reached India and Andhra Pradesh, a small town called Warangal. She is now studying in Hyderabad. What do you think the qualities the 13-year girl has? And she has a great attitude. She is not panic. Whatever happens in life, don't react. Respond to the situation. She first responded and started swimming. So she has a knowledge about ocean and she has a skill that is swimming and she has a great attitude and most importantly, she has a sense of direction. She swam towards the shore, not towards the ocean. And most importantly, she has the desire to live. Not only that, she has the communication skill. Similarly, if you want to be successful, you need to develop these things. Not only knowledge, skill and attitude and desire, but you also look at your habits. Habits actually makes your life. Whatever you think, they become your conversation. And whatever you talk, they become your actions. And whatever you repeatedly do, they become your habits. And all the bunch of habits together makes your character. And your character decides your destiny. All starts with a thought. But do you know how thought is generated? Thought is generated by the intention you have about life. What is the intention you have? And Bhagavad Gita says, कर्म करने को आपको हक है, मगर प्रारब्ध के लिए नहीं है, मगर प्रारब्ध कर्म के अनुसार रहते हैं. You have only the right to work, but not for its fruit. Work is worship, it says. Bhagavad Gita is exactly like our cricket. You have the intention of making a century, but every time the ball comes, focus on the ball, not on the scoreboard. If you focus on the scoreboard, you miss the game here, you get out. So I have the intention. So once I'm going on a highway in the midnight, 12 o'clock, to address a seminar the next day. It was a dark moon day, there's no street light nor moonlight. But still I'm going at the speed of 100 kilometers because my car has headlight. Many people have head but not light because they have no vision. So this light only throws about 100 meters. And it is the first time I'm going to that destination. I really do not know the way. And the way is not straight. So how do I reach my destination? So this light is not up to the destination, just 100 meters. Within this 100 meters light, I can see the signpost either side. And those signposts will guide me. Take left, take right, speed breaker ahead, bridge ahead, how many kilometers to reach my destination. These information I can get looking at the signboards within this light. When you have the intention of the destination, the light within will guide you to the next step. You don't have to see the whole staircase to reach the top. If you know the next step, take action, and that leads to the further. That is how we reach our destination. So it is easy to make bad habits and very tough to live with them. And it is not easy to make good habits, but it's very easy to live with good habits. And if you want to change your life, just look at habits. Anything you do for 21 days continuously, it is said that it becomes a habit. For example, it's like driving. Initially, you don't know where is accelerator, where is clutch, where is brake. You consciously put an effort to learn that, and after that it becomes automatic. All habits are subconscious activity because once you make it a habit, it's taken by subconscious mind, like breathing, like digestion. These are all the things you don't do consciously. They all happen by subconscious mind. Similarly, if you can cultivate some good habits, like getting up early in the morning, like saving, like investing, whatever you want to do, put conscious effort till it becomes subconscious mind activity. The bunch of good habits changes our destiny. So we are at one stage in life and something else is always calling us. So we have a dream life. If we want to reach from this state to that state, whatever the technology used to reach this stage will not work to reach that stage. Film camera, it was invented 160, 70 years ago. It has developed so much, but still today film camera of no use. Today it is the era of digital. In the era of digital, the technology won't work. It's the speed matters today. Because the caterpillar has changed and the next stage is called larva stage. Nobody bothers about when it is in cocoon, but when it's come out of cocoon, it becomes butterfly. Everybody admires the butterfly. That's called transformation state. If you think your life is comfortable, please understand that it is no more going to be comfortable today. Most of you think that you are middle class. But I'll tell you, if you have an AC car, an AC at home, and at least a own home of about 50 lakhs, then you may be considered middle class, because that's what middle class are buying in India today. Because once upon a time you are a middle class, that is true. But the definition of middle class has changed today. In 1940, 10 rupees is enough for a family, for a middle class family to live. And every 20 years, it multiplies 10 times. That's what inflation says. So by 1960, it became 100 rupees for a family to live. By 1980, it became 1000 rupees and 2000, it was 10,000 rupees required for a family to live a decent life. In that proportion, by 2020, how much is required? Minimum a lakh. Just to live an ordinary life, I'm telling. You may be thinking, why do I need a car? I have a two-wheeler. I'll tell you, because of the traffic and the pollution levels, two-wheeler is too expensive. Because if you roam on two-wheeler for about a year in any metropolitan city, you will at least get 5 lung diseases. And to cure that, you only have 2 choices. Either get health insurance or end up in debts, because today corporate hospitals, you very well know how much they charge once you get into that. So today, having a car and AC is not a luxury. They became necessities because the weather has changed. It said that global warming. Due to that, summer is not in one season. And if you are not relaxed, you can't get up with energy in the next morning. So these all became necessities. If you demand that customers should pay me more because my needs have increased, remember that market will not pay you for your needs or potential. Market will only pay you for your performance. If you are adding value in one or other way, you will have the way of receiving some remuneration which can make you rich. The only way to become rich is help others become rich. The only way to be happiness is help others become happy. Our business must be of 2 ways. You must work for customer success, or you must work for customer happiness. If you want to get success or happiness, if you don't do one of them, it is very tough to get it in a right way.